Are you looking to buy a home? Buying a home is the most expensive purchase that most people are going to make in their lives. And not only that, but the home buying process can become very stressful at times. To top it all off, if you make mistakes along the way, the long-term effects can have a great impact not only on your wallet, but also in your life. That's why in today's video, I'm going to give you the 5 home buying mistakes that I see regularly and how you can avoid them so that buying a home doesn't cause you any stress or money. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video so that you avoid these crucial home buying mistakes. My name is Ryan and I'm a local real estate agent here in Calgary, Alberta, where here on this channel I talk about Calgary real estate and just real estate tips in general. If that's something that interests you, make sure that you like, subscribe, and you turn on that notification bell to be notified about my next video. Getting on with the video, we're going to be talking about the 5 home buying mistakes that I see regularly and how you can avoid them. The first mistake you want to avoid is not knowing what you can afford and skipping the pre-approval process. This is incredibly important because if you just start going out searching for homes not knowing what you can afford, you could potentially be missing out on an amazing property that you can afford, and that could be heartbreaking. I get it. Everyone wants to live on the tree-lined street with an updated kitchen, all the best appliances, open concept, but at sometimes that might be a little bit out of your reach. Now, I'm not saying you'll never be able to have that, but buying a home that is within your budget and then upgrading over time is going to be the best practice here so that you don't miss out on a great property. And not only that, but let's say you put in an offer on a home that you can't afford and not knowing you can't afford it and you lose out because the financing didn't go through, and it can be really detrimental to your home buying process. Now, the second home buying mistake I see is that you have very big expectations. Now, this all depends on your budget, but let's just take the example of a house that's worth $500,000. If you can only afford a home that's worth $500,000, but you want all the bells and whistles of a house that is $700,000 or $800,000, you're going to take a very long time in order to find that perfect home for you. So what I mean by lowering your expectations is not to worry about the little things that are within the home. That could be the ugly paint or wallpaper. Maybe the appliances aren't the best, but could use a bit of an upgrade. And maybe you just need some new flooring. Those are very minor things that can be changed over time. And to be honest with you, are probably a lot cheaper than needing to buy a home that is way out of your budget. So if you're willing to put a little bit of love and TLC into a home, I guarantee you can make the home of your dreams become a reality. Now, point number 2 ties into point number 3, and that's overlooking important flaws. Now, as I said before, you should kind of maybe lower your expectations, but to a degree. If you're that type of person that is willing to get their hands dirty and do a bit of painting, maybe some plumbing, a little bit of this and that, then that is great. But at some point in time, you might need to hire a professional to do these certain projects. Not only that, but you got to remember that if you start a project, you need to finish it because you'll be surprised at how long projects can actually take. And if you keep putting it off and off and off, it will be months, even years before that project even gets finished. So if you're really looking to upgrade a home, make sure that you can only take on things that you can actually handle. Because if it gets to a point where you need to hire a professional, the unexpected costs can jump up on you because you need to factor in that it could cost double. That is including the actual materials needed plus the labor. All this combined might not be within your budget and might ultimately lead you to be house poor. Number 4 is ignoring the neighborhood. It's really easy to kind of speculate on what the neighborhood is like now, but you need to understand that over time things can change. So some of the things you need to look for in a neighborhood are, is there any undeveloped land and what can it potentially be in the future? Is there going to be a highway built nearby? What are the zoning laws or future zoning laws of the area? And a big important one is, have the homes in the area been increasing in value or decreasing in value? Again, these are all something that you should ask your real estate agent to make sure you are getting the right home for you. And the 5th buyer mistake that I see is that buyers do not shop around enough. What I mean by this is if you find a home that has 2 bedrooms, it's perfect and it has absolutely everything you need, but you're planning on having kids in the future and you really know that you're going to need 3 bedrooms, then there's really no need of buying a home that has only 2 bedrooms. So in my opinion, it's really important to create a list of wants, needs, and non-negotiables. Wants can be things like you're wanting a certain type of flooring, or maybe a certain type of color cabinetry or walls or things like that. Needs are stuff that you are actually going to use repeatedly and you need them now. Let's say you do a lot of cooking in the home, or you do a lot of entertaining when there is a lot of cooking. Then maybe counter space in a large kitchen is important to you and is an absolute need. And non-negotiables are stuff that you absolutely must need in the home in order for you to buy it. This could be things like a large backyard, garage, quiet street, all the things like that. Non-negotiables, they must come with the home. Just before we end the video, I'm gonna give you one last bonus tip that I see from home buyers, and that is timing, and that is rushing in to put an offer and dragging your feet. This is definitely a tough balancing act, but you don't want to rush into something knowing that it doesn't have everything you need and you end up just potentially overpaying, or just buying a home that you're ultimately going to hate and sell right away. And in terms of dragging your feet, you don't want to take too long, because there's nothing worse than waiting on a property and it ends up selling to different buyers. That could be incredibly heartbreaking, but it could take a lot of time to restart the home search process, going for viewings, and then going through the negotiation process, the offer process, and having to move in after that. So it's really important that you get your timing right and choosing that right home for you. All right, everyone, that's all I have for you today. I hope those tips are gonna help you and make sure that you avoid those top home buying mistakes. And if you are looking to buy a home here in Calgary or in the surrounding areas, my contact information is down in the description. Contact me today to start your home buying process. Not only that, but I have a free home buyer's guide for you that goes through step by step from start to finish of what the home buying process is. Leave a comment in the comments saying home buyer's guide and I will send that for you completely free. But until then, I will see you at the next video.